TeenNick hasn't exactly been living up to its name in recent years, but with a new primetime and late-night schedule coming, that may be about to change. TeenNick has a long and somewhat complicated history that I have to briefly explain for these new schedule changes to make much sense. TeenNick began in April 2002 as The N, a programming block on what was then known as Noggin, now Nick Jr., airing evenings on that channel space from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern. The N and Noggin officially split ways on August 13, 2007, with Noggin expanding to 24 hours on its existing channel space and the N moving to the channel space formerly used by Nick Gas, which featured classic Nick game shows. During the 2000s, the N had a decent slate of original series such as South of Nowhere, Queen Bees, and O'Grady, along with a variety of reruns of series from both Nickelodeon and elsewhere. Of course, the defining series of the N was the Canadian teen drama Degrassi. To clarify for Canadians, the fourth installment in the long-running franchise, initially subtitled The Next Generation for its first several seasons. On February 24, 2009, it was announced that the N would be rebranded to TeenNick. The switch happened that September 28th, along with the introduction of all of Nick's current logos and channel names, and the start of Nick Cannon's televised tenure as the chairman of TeenNick. The title wouldn't last long, but his presence would endure. While most of the reruns and acquisitions of the N aired were carried over to the new channel, almost all of the original series slate was not. The exceptions were The Best Years, which had just finished its run a few months ago, The Assistants, which finished just weeks before the rebrand, and Degrassi, the only carryover series which would actually air new episodes under the new brand. Throughout the 2010s, TeenNick would effectively stop caring about creating or airing new original series. Besides Degrassi, TeenNick's only aired one other original scripted show, Fall 2010's Gigantic. Degrassi itself managed to make it until 2015, before it was officially announced that TeenNick and its Canadian broadcaster, then MTV Canada, were cancelling Degrassi after 14 long seasons. It was almost immediately revived by Family Channel in Canada and Netflix everywhere else as Degrassi Next Class, which lasted for 4 10-episode seasons in 2016 and 2017 before ultimately being cancelled itself, concluding the Canadian institution, at least for now. There was also TeenNick Top 10, a music video countdown show hosted by Nick Cann, which began in 2013 and ultimately ran increasingly more sporadically until it sputtered out in March 2018. The show, and therefore any semblance of original programming on TeenNick, barely lives on through occasional TeenNick Fresh Artist specials, still hosted by Ken. Like Pitbull, he endures. Meanwhile, TeenNick's schedule outside of Tuesday nights at 9 became increasingly dominated by reruns of Nickelodeon series, both current and classic, and runs on series from beyond Nick's waters became fewer and farther between as contracts lapsed and series went to other networks. This was done so thoroughly that the addition of Boy Meets World to the schedule a couple years ago felt like a nuisance. Adding insult to these various injuries, TeenNick was largely used by Nick, along with sibling Nicktoons, which faced similar decays, as a burn-off channel for series that didn't work on main Nick. This is how many in TeenNick's audience bracket know it today. House of Anubis, Hollywood Heights, Bucket and Scare's Epic Adventures, and most recently Star Falls and the Bureau of Magical Things are just some of the many series which face this fate. And don't get me started on the 7 to 8 hour late night time suck that is the Retro Block on TeenNick, which has gone under various names in an attempt to establish it as a proper, separate brand. First in the 90s are All That, then The Splat, then Nick Splat to standardize things, and now NickRewind. So now that we're up to speed, what are the schedule changes that TeenNick has in store, and why are they different from the usual schedule changes they have? Well, the programming is very different from usual. Starting July 15th, TeenNick will have a radically different primetime and late night schedule that viewers familiar with the current state of the channel might not have expected. Former MTV series such as Made, Teen Wolf, and My Super Sweet 16 are joining the lineup, along with content from sibling digital operation Awesomeness TV, such as Fetch and Guidance. The 4 series that NickRewind and its predecessors have always ran overnight, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, and Doug, are pushed to where they honestly belong at this point, a 2-hour block starting at 4 a.m. Aside from NickRewind's current slots, the hours between 8 and 11 p.m. are currently filled by Nick's recent game shows and competition series. For reference, this is a very strange and very interesting move by TeenNick. Given that the channel has basically become Nick's little sister over the years, seeing the channel actually air content towards teens, you know, those people in the channel's name, is a shocking change. I welcome it and hope it leads to further development of the channel, including potentially a return of first-run, non-burn-off original series to the channel. It reminds me of Nick Night, Nick Germany's evening programming block that continues in Austria and Switzerland. It's basically German-speaking TeenNick with MTV series mixed in, as between 2011 and late 2017, MTV was not a free-to-air outlet in Germany. Ratings for sibling Nicktoons are noticeably higher than usual due to the upcoming SpongeBob anniversary programming, so this could be a very good time for Nick to seize the opportunity and pump up both of their side channels. schedules. While this isn't the ideal move for them, as most of these shows are at least a few years old, it's a good first step towards bigger things and towards TeenNick embracing its teen side again. What do you think about these surprise schedule changes? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on television and more every single week. I'm Benzie Johnson Jr., I'm enthusiastic about television, and I'll see you next time.